All right, I know you guys are going to be mad at this one, but hear me out. I want you to picture this. Two veterans walk into a VA office on the same day. The first one is missing a leg, blown off during the deployment. He's been through multiple surgeries, physical therapy, and still deals with pains every single night. And guess what? His VA rating is 40%. Now, you got the second veteran. He's dealing with sleep apnea, a condition that's completely serious, but managed every night with a simple CPAP machine. His rating is 50%. Let that sink in for a minute. So you're telling me pretty much the veteran who lost a leg gets less than the one who needs a breathing device to sleep? Now, this is not a knock on anyone filing legitimate claims. Veterans deserve the care and compensation they've earned, but it raises big questions. Has the VA rating system lost touch with reality? According to a new Washington Post investigation, hear me out, sleep apnea claims have skyrocketed, jumping from 57,000 in 2009 to nearly 660,000 today. And the payouts are higher than ever. So today we're breaking down how we got here, why the system rewards certain conditions more than others, and what this means for the future of veteran compensation. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider Show. So, do you guys picture what I just told you guys? Why a veteran that lost a leg gets less compensation for the one that gets sleep apnea and gets treated with a CPAP machine at night? Can you answer that question for me? Why is that? Let me know in the comments. I really want to discuss this with you guys. Now, let's jump right into the article from Washington Post. It's saying why VA pays more in disability for sleep apnea than it does for some lost limbs. All right. Over decades, the government has spent billions on disability payments for veterans with sleep apnea, a common condition that interrupts breathing during sleep and causes fatigue. In early 2022, officials were determined to pare that back. Okay. Now, the medical advances mean most apnea sufferers now have few or no symptoms and can hold jobs. So Dennis McDonough, then the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, announced a proposal to change the benefit system to reflect the new reality and going forward, slash monthly checks for many veterans. But guess what? It went nowhere. They tried to knock out the sleep apnea and they couldn't do anything. It went nowhere. So the episode was the latest failed attempt to rein in the $193 billion disability program in the era of modern medicine, even as one's debilitating ailments become manageable for most patients. The government has repeatedly backed away from updates that would anger veterans and their supporters, the Washington Post found. So pretty much they tried to push this, but a lot of veterans, they were kicking it back, posting angry statements on the internet and in newspapers, and they backed away from that proposal. Look at this. Approved sleep apnea claims have exploded, growing more than 11-fold from 2009 to 2024, VA data shows. Last year, about 660,000 veterans collected disability benefits for sleep apnea, up from 57,000 in 2009. It's created a catch-22 all the way around, said retired Army Lieutenant General James Terry Scott, who led a presidential commission starting in 2004 to assess the disability system. The gist was things should do to get a grip on sleep apnea, Scott said on his commission focus. But people have learned the easy way out to find in favor of the veteran. McDonough's plan would substantially reduce payment for the condition, now typically $1,100 a month higher, a larger sum than most veterans receive for a leg amputated below the knee. So you're telling me that a veteran that has an amputated leg below the knee get less money for sleep apnea? Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is fair? Do you think they need to look at the VA disability rating program? What's going on? I mean, you have sleep apnea, you can get treated with a CPAP machine. Granted, I understand it, a bunch of veterans out there, they do have sleep apnea and they've been treated, but I'm not talking about the one that have sleep apnea. I'm talking about the actual rating program. Why one gets less than the other? That's the big question here. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Let's continue on. Let's see. All right, this is Veterans Affairs Secretary Dennis McDonough. That was back the previous one. So McDonough also proposed more stringent standards for claims for tinnitus, a persistent ringing in the ears, new rules for mental health claims, including post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, which requires veterans to show how it affects their life at home or at work. Veterans and their advocates were furious. They flooded the Federal Register, which listed the proposed rule change with thousands of angry comments. That's what I was telling you guys about all these veterans posting angry comments on the Federal Register because of the changes they were trying to make. Look at this statement right here. I demolish my body for the country, one veteran wrote. And what does the country do for me? Things like this. A lot of veterans I know for a fact are angry, or were angry about these changes that they were proposing to do. The disability benefit system was meant to be a social safety net for returning service members whose combat wounds kept them from working. Today, it is overrun with W's and exaggerated claims that have little to do with military service. A post-investigation published in October found VA approved millions of claims for common disease of aging, including diabetes and conditions related to high blood pressures and hardening of the arteries. A booming for-profit industry coaches veterans to exploit the system for bigger payouts, the Post found. The last video I uploaded was I was talking about this specifically. A lot of companies out there on YouTube, on the internet, on social media, saying that they want to help the veterans out to get higher ratings, in flooding the system with a bunch of claims in order for them to get 100%. And that's what they were talking about, that they are looking into these companies that, quote unquote, are helping veterans, and sometimes they even scamming the veterans for money. Benefits are granted based on a system that rates individuals' ailments on a scale from 0 to 100%. Veterans often claim multiple conditions, combining this rating until they reach 100%. That's what I'm talking about. You have all these veterans with legitimate conditions that they at least deserve a good rating number, and they have to throw everything in there to see what sticks in order for them to get 100%. That threshold, with its large payout and other perks such as property tax breaks and free health and dental care, is hyped by for-profit claims consultants as the holy grail. The vast majority of veterans awarded benefits for sleep apnea and prescribed treatment for it receive a disability rating of 50% for the condition alone, according to VA official. In contrast, most veterans who have a leg amputated below the knee or blindness in one eye are rated or below 40%. This is completely insane, guys. I was looking at here about the comparison. Let me show it to you. Look at this. A veteran with sleep apnea requiring CPAP received 50% rating. A veteran with a below knee amputation received 40% rating. I do not understand this at all. I want you guys to let me know in the comments. I want to see your opinion on this. Do you think it's fair? Do you think the VA rating system needs to be looked at, needs to be fixed? Those ratings need to be, I don't know, fixed accordingly to the actual veterans' conditions? Let me know in the comments. I really want to read you guys. Make sure you hit that like, you hit that subscribe button. It really help the channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.